From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fairbanks Evening News.
Good evening, Fairbanks, and thank you for joining us. Our top story this evening: Fairbanks Police Department is seeking the public's help in locating a missing woman. 29-year-old Renee DeFrance of Fairbanks and former resident of the Frontier Lodge was reported missing by her mother.
Police officials say that DeFrance was in contact with her mother daily, and when that stopped, her mother went to the police. Her last contact with her daughter was made August 14th via text message. DeFrance is a Native woman who is described as 5 foot 4 inches tall. She weighs 150 pounds and was also said to have been seen riding a red mountain bike. According to Lieutenant Jim Geyer with the Fairbanks Police Department, at this point there is concern for the missing woman, but no conclusive evidence of foul play. Anyone with information on her location or whereabouts is asked to contact FPD at the phone number 450-6500.
Yesterday, a jury in Homer, Alaska found 53-year-old North Pole resident Jeffrey Holt guilty on 1 count of first-degree sexual assault and 4 counts of sexual assault in the second degree. Holt was standing trial for 5 counts of first-degree sexual assault of an incapacitated woman in Homer stemming back to the year 2001. Holt, prior to this case, was employed as the Yukon-Koyukuk School District principal and teacher in Bettles from 1998 to 2001 before moving to the interior, where he also taught at North Pole Middle School. According to documents obtained from the State of Alaska Professional Teaching Practices Commission, Holt surrendered his Alaska teaching certificate due to allegations of misuse of funds, falsified timesheets, amongst a host of others. According to the district attorney who prosecuted the case, Kelly Lawson, Holt was remanded in court and will remain in custody until his sentencing, which is scheduled to be heard January 27th in Homer.
Some Alaska miners are outraged that federal and state officers raided several mines in the 40 Mile River area last month. Governor Sean Parnell has ordered an investigation of the raids by the Environmental Protection Agency and Bureau of Land Management. Parnell says some of the officers were armed and wearing body armor. An officer with the State Department of Environmental Conservation was also involved. The agent said they were looking for violations of the Clean Water Act. Parnell says no one was arrested and no one was cited. In a statement released today, Parnell said, quote, "This level of intrusion and intimidation of Alaskans is absolutely unacceptable," end quote. Miners across the state are also speaking out against the government agency's tactics.
No matter what kind of investigation you're doing, I don't think it's necessary to show up with a force of armed guards to investigate a property that's located way off the grid in remote Alaska. To have people just appear at your mine site in that manner, it's very alarming. It scared and intimidated a lot of the miners, all of which that are affiliated with AMA are very responsible and have been mining out there for years and years.
At least 195 people were arrested on charges of drunk driving during patrols that wrapped up with the Labor Day weekend. State troopers say 5 of those arrests were on felony charges. The effort was part of increased patrols going on statewide. Besides patrolling for impaired drivers, troopers and police officers also looked for people driving aggressively, as well as not wearing seatbelts.
The Fairbanks Community Behavioral Health Center is losing a significant state grant. The state will transfer the grant to Anchorage Community Mental Health Services, who will manage the technical side of FCBHC until July of 2014. Interim Executive Director Jake Poole says the transition will be seamless for clients and the majority of employees will be unaffected. Last week, the FCBHC Board of Directors told a room of clients and staff that they were $1.2 million in debt and they would pursue bankruptcy options. Poole says they will make their final decision in several days. The organization serves more than 1,000 clients annually, providing emergency psychiatric care, chronic mental health treatment, and residential care.
Well, because of the situation, just having a chance to have an agency be able to come in and make sure that we can have continuation of services and quality service, that's a real plus. Losing the grant is disappointing. It's unfortunate, but in the situation that the center is in, it was the best move it was the right move that the state made.
All right, well, when we come back, we have your weekly dose of Interiortainment.
Also, Fairbanks International Airport announced the installation of the new credit card reader in the paid public parking lot. Interesting. Those stories are next. Stay with us.
And welcome back. Alaska's history is made up of many pioneers who have contributed in different ways to make the state what it is. One Fairbanks has decided to take 30 of those pioneers and tell their story in a new book that will be released to the public tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the Morris Thompson Center. Randy Zarnke took it upon himself to go all over the state and interview a variety of pioneers before they would be too old to pass along their stories. Randy feels the public needs to know what a great contributions these pioneers have made.
Went to an outlying community for hunting or fishing or work or whatever it might be. I took my recorder with me and recorded interviews with people wherever I happened to find them. And it's grown substantially. I've done 173 of these interviews in 64 different communities. And, you know, it became my life's work.
All proceeds from the sales of the books will be returned to many mining and trapping organizations across the interior.
Fairbanks International Airport announced the installation of the new credit card reader in the paid public parking lot. The new exit lane provides customers a convenient option to avoid lines and expedite the payment process when leaving the lot. The process is streamlined and involves 2 easy steps. Insert the entry ticket for calculation of fees and then a credit card for automated charges and receipt. Officials at the booths say the exit process takes less than 30 seconds and should be a welcome efficiency for customers using the parking facilities at the airport.
Tomorrow, the Bear Gallery inside of Pioneer Park is hosting a gallery dedicated to costumes from the North Star Ballet. The costumes on display are from the ballet's production of The Firebird. Now we have more, and that's Interiortainment.
I'm here with Jill Shipman, part of the Fairbanks Arts Association. Jill, tell me what we can expect with all these neat costumes this weekend.
Yes, this month in the gallery, we are welcoming North Star Ballet and highlighting their costumes from The Firebird. It's a very exciting, whimsical exhibit this month.
Tell me about this neat exhibit. I see costumes everywhere. Tell me about it.
Well, last spring we wanted to do a new production, and of course you can't wait until the spring, so we started at the end of the summer, and you start with renderings, which we have displayed here, and then you order the fabric, and then you pull in countless numbers of volunteers.
For people who don't know what goes into creating these works of art for dancers to wear, tell me kind of how much time goes into creating these things?
Well, we still have work to do for this spring. We're presenting it again. And like I said, the fabric actually started coming in at the end of last summer. And so to make it to April, people put a lot of hours, and they're made specifically to move in, and they're made specifically for strenuous activity.
Tell me about the dancing that goes into this and these costumes, and how long it took to do this production.
We started choreography with the principal dancers in October while we were working on Nutcracker, presenting our Nutcracker, and worked until when we performed in April. So the kids, it's high school kids, but we also have alumni that have come back, and they'll be returning again to be part of the principal people in our production.
I'm Stephanie Woodard, and that's Interiortainment.
Today is National Jury Rights Day, and once again, local jury advocate Frank Turney held a demonstration outside the Fairbanks Courthouse. Jury Rights Day is a national event that focuses on making sure potential jurors are informed on what rights and responsibilities they have. Here in Alaska, Turney says the event has been making an impact.
We've already had Senator John Coggill introduced 3 different bills in the legislature to make judges informed jury of their actual rights and responsibilities and powers while they're on jury duty, whether it's civil or criminal. So that's the thing. We want to make it into law. Regardless if the law doesn't come into effect, juries still have that right to vote their conscience and judge the application of the law before them.
All right, Daryl. Well, Joe Cook is waiting anxiously in the wings, and he's going to talk UAF volleyball, and they're getting ready for the Nana Classic this weekend. Always
an exciting time. Also, a new high school coach gets familiar with her new school. That and more coming up with Joe Cook in sports.
Hello, Interior sports fans. Joe Cook here in the Sports Seat for you this evening, bringing you some Thursday sports. The Alaska Nanocks are back in the gym after last week's rough opening games. But it can't be that rough when you're playing in Hawaii, right? Well, the volleyball team went 0-4 and found out what works and what doesn't. They were back in the lab at practice this morning, correcting things and making adjustments to their rotations as they prepare for this weekend's Flint Hills Resources Alaska Nanook Classic. UAF is hosting Colorado Christian out of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, a team that won 23 games last year. Two Pac West teams are in town, 12th ranked Fresno Pacific and Humboldt State. Fresno Pacific went 15-1 in conference play a year ago and are the second-ranked team the Nanooks will play this season. Humboldt State is led by first-year head coach Kelly Wood, who has a wealth of junior college experience. Your Nanooks are looking forward to finally playing in front of their home crowd. They play Humboldt State tomorrow at 7 p.m. They want to show that they've grown as a team after their Hawaiian experience.
We've done a couple things to change our lineup in terms of taking pressure off our outsides and not necessarily giving them less opportunity, but giving them the right opportunity so that their attempts that they have that are, 75% of our attempts, they're more quality attempts instead of just shooting the ball outside. So we've made a big change there. It's really flowing nicely in the last few days of practice, and so I feel really good about it.
We have a lot of fans coming and good teams here to give us competition, so we play at our level. The better the teams are, the better you play. So I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be exciting finally playing in our gym and having everyone around.
The West Valley Wolfpack named Jessie Craig as their new girls basketball coach last week. Yesterday, Craig got the tour of her new digs with AD Missy Pichelle. Craig is a hoop student of Lathrop legends Joe Tremorello and Milo Griffin, having been an assistant for the boys basketball team for the past 3 seasons. Craig played for the Nanooks from 2007 to 2011 as a forward. She had some knee injuries that sidelined her, but that led her to coaching. Steve Kacheri resigned in July, but Craig played for Kacheri on a travel team while in high school. I caught up with Craig, who touched on what she wants to do at West Valley.
I really want to just help improve them as individuals, as players, but then take that and come together and improve them as a team. Bring them, I think it's really important to bring them together as a team early on so that, if there are rough times, they'll pull together as a team and will come through it stronger. Improve their fundamentals as players individually and prepare them to go on to the next level, so it's not just about this season or right here in high school. It's to prepare them to go on to college if they want to. It's a good staff and players seem good, and Kimani's doing well with the boys, so I'm really excited.
And the NFL isn't the only midweek football action. Last night, the North Pole Patriots dethroned the Ketchikan Kings on Esther Shea Field. The Patriots amassed 678 yards of total offense in a 61-6 rout of the Kings. 5 different varsity players scored touchdowns. David Best had 2 TD runs. North Pole's JV played in the second half as the Patriots led 33-zip at halftime. The JV scored 4 touchdowns on the Kings squad that suffered some injuries to a few key players throughout the game. The Patriots are now 2-1, and their next game will be against Thunder Mountain at home next Saturday. But North Pole continued its Wednesday winning ways on the volleyball court. The Patriots volleyball team had a tougher outing than the football team, but mustered a very much earned sweep of the Allison Ravens. North Pole won in straight sets, 25-21, 25-18, and 26-24. Taylor Fieber, a middle blocker, led the Patriots with 7 kills and 4 aces. Katie Elgin also added 20 assists and 4 kills. The Ravens fell to 0-3. The Patriots are now 1-1. The Patriots will host Hutchinson tonight. The Hawks are 2-0. Lastly tonight, a reminder to vote for the play of the week. If you don't remember, we're going to go through them once again. Here's the I-5. At number 5, senior Jordan Terriol's volley in Monroe's girls doubles 16-14 tiebreaker victory over Hutch. At number 4, senior Deshanta West with a nice block for Lathrop despite the loss to Hutch. And also at number 3, those same Hawks, they won 3-1 over Lathrop thanks to Lena Heinrichs and Vanessa Hastings, who posted a block and a kill. And at number 2, Robert Tanner will go up top to Derek O'Neill with a magnificent touchdown catch. And Lathrop shutout win over West Valley. And then at number 1, the opening play of the Dog Bowl, Chris Seminario's 85 yards going to the house. Lathrop wins 27-0, ending the 5-year losing streak in the Dog Bowl. Now you tell us what the play of the week is. You can go to the KTVF 11 Sports YouTube page, Facebook and Twitter at KTVF Joe Cook, all one word, and let me know what you think is the play of the week. We'll announce the play of the week tomorrow on Friday's Sportscast. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Thanks for rocking with me for a little while. Stay cool, Alaska. Mike Schultz has your full weather forecast coming up next, and we'll catch you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back into Fairbanks Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again, taking a look at the weather. And, you know, it wasn't a bad day today. A few clouds here and there, more sunshine than clouds. But when clouds start moving in at the end, and we're looking at maybe some showers once again in the picture for tomorrow. Our photograph tonight, this one's sent in by Daniel Sladen. It's Woody the Woodpecker. I will not do the, no, I won't do that. Anyway, thanks a lot to Daniel. And if you have a photograph to share, by all means, send it to Mike Schultz at ktvf11.com. I was so tempted to do that. Here's your normal high, normal high 60, normal low 40, record high 84, 1957, record low 22, 1921, and your sunrise and sunset a little bit more than 14 hours of daylight, a loss of 7 minutes from yesterday. Our satellite and radar, once again, scattered showers all across the state. Again, moving with that strong southerly flow, most of it staying away from the Anchorage area. We'll tune in a little closer to the radar and show you that we are looking at some showers still around the Fairbanks area, but for the most part, they're all staying to the north and to the south of the Fairbanks area. What's going on across the rest of the state? Well, it looks like more widespread rain over the western half of the state because of that storm system that's sitting out over there. Clouds around southeast Alaska, the Gulf Coast, up in the North Slope, chilly 37 degrees at Barrow and 58 degrees at Fort Yukon. Lower 48 weather. I was watching the weather this evening, and there was a lot of thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms around Oregon and Washington this evening, all because of an area of low pressure there. More storms across the Gulf Coast states, and again, hot temperatures in the forecast. On our satellite radar, here's why they're getting those severe storms. An area of low pressure just sitting off the coast, helping to bring all that strong moisture in, and the conflict of the hot and cold creating that thunderstorm activity. And again, tomorrow it looks like more hot temperatures across the Central Plains, with high pressure really becoming the dominant feature. And again, the jet stream way up to the north in Canada, and then a little bit of a drop down here, helping to produce those showers and thunderstorms. More hot and humid conditions over the deep south. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow. Here's what it looks like. Northern sections, mixed rain, snow showers. For Barrow, scattered showers in Nome and Fort Yukon. Over the interior, we're looking at, for the most part, just mostly cloudy skies, isolated showers region-wide. And over southeast Alaska, lots of rain expected for Juneau, but just partly cloudy skies at Ketchikan. Well, out to the southwest, it looks like partly cloudy skies with showers in Bethel and cloudy skies at Cold Bay, rain for Kodiak Island. And over the south central regions, it looks like scattered rain in Homer, Anchorage, and heavier rain in Valdez. Okay, once again, time for our kids' weather. All this week talking with the kids from Barnett Magnet School. Here's a young lady with a question for me.
Hi, I'm Hallie, and I'm in Miss Koss's Weather Detectives class at Barnett Magnet School. And this is my question for the weatherman. I was wondering how the air pressure affects how you predict the weather.
Well, there's definitely a good explanation of that. The area of low pressure is like a big whirlpool in the atmosphere, helping to pull all the moisture and all the storminess down to the center part of it, while high pressure pushes it away. So whenever you see a low pressure, you look for rain, snow. High pressure, look for good weather. All right, again, tomorrow night we'll have the teacher here with an interesting weather fact to share with all of us. All right, here's your forecast for tonight. 38 degrees, quite a bit cooler with mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow's forecast, maybe some afternoon showers possible, 64 degrees. And the extended forecast, again, we're looking at showers once again on Sunday. And then again, for the most part, cloudy skies to partly cloudy skies through the rest of the 5-day period. Temperatures will again continue to be very comfortable for this time of year, above normal, with overnight lows also above normal, above the 40-degree mark. And we're looking at that will continue right on through the 5-day period.
What was that again? Ha ha ha? Or what was that little
You remember that?
picture you just said?
I just couldn't. Very good.
All right.
And that should wrap up this show.
That will wrap it up, definitely.
That's right. That'll wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. As always, we are glad you could join us.
Remember to join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
Yeah, we're not afraid to make fools of ourselves here, right?
No.
When you see news happening, call the newsroom at 458-1830.
From all of us here at the News Center, that's all, folks.
Ah, very good. Very good.